I just want to say welcome to the 100th video on this channel. It's a milestone for me, and I appreciate each and every one of y'all who has joined me from the beginning or joined us during the journey. Thank you all very, very much. Hello friends, welcome back. If you're new here, welcome. I am Vicki and you're with Graham in the Kitchen. So this is going to be pretty much of a day in the life video. You've already seen these videos, but I'm got my mustard mixed together and I'm letting it sit on the stove for 24 hours. I'm editing a video. It's actually the one with the roasted, herbed, cut up whole chicken plus the turmeric macaroni and cheese. I'm editing that video. You've already seen that also. I went ahead and took a bag of our boneless, skinless chicken thighs out of the freezer because I'm actually going to be making fettuccine Alfredo. That's what the husband wants today. While I went through the freezer, I saw a bag of chicken wings. I'm going to go ahead and cook those up so I can get them in Ziploc bags in the freezer for when we want to have chicken wings. And I don't want to go through the process of cooking them every time, so I will parboil those, put them in Ziploc bags, and stick those right back in the freezer once they cool off. So we got easy to go chicken wings, so we can just put any kind of seasoning or sauce we want, either put them in the oven or the air fryer for a quick easy meal. And then if the husband wants French toast for breakfast, I will do that for him also. So without further ado, aprons on, let's go ahead and get this day started. So I had picked up this 8-pound bag of chicken party wings, flats and drumettes. This is my 3-gallon stock pot. The wings are frozen, so it's going to take a while, but we're going to bring this to a boil and just parboil these just a bit. I do like to salt my raw chicken wings when I am cooking those. So I'm just putting a couple big pinches of salt in there. And the water from this will actually be a really good chicken stock or chicken broth. So we will not throw this water away. I will let it cool completely. Put it in, sorry, it's condensation. I'll let it cool completely and then strain it. Put it in some Ziploc bags and stick it in the freezer. So the next time we need to make chicken stock, I'll have a jump start on some chicken broth to add to my bone scraps and my vegetable scraps to get a good chicken stock going. So if you pre-boil chicken wings or any chicken parts at all, don't throw the water away because it's very, very good. It's got some nutrients in it. We can always use that in a different recipe or add it to our homemade chicken stock. So I moved the chicken wings over there. They haven't come to a boil yet, so we're not ready to work on that. But the husband decided he did want some French toast. So in this cast iron pan, I have a little bit of butter melting. I've got 2 eggs, a pinch of salt, a little bit of sugar, and some cinnamon. We're going to beat that together. So we're going to dip our bread into the egg, cinnamon, sugar mixture. Now we're just going to enjoy our breakfast, and I'll bring you back when we're ready to drain those chicken wings. Alright, so the chicken wings, I cooked them to the internal temperature of 140 degrees. Now we know that chicken has to cook to 160 degrees, but this will allow me to cook them additionally when we're ready to eat them. But they're cooked to 140 degrees. I am going to remove them for this water, but we're saving the water for future use. And then once they're cool off, we'll put them in Ziploc bags for the freezer. Once I get these all drained, I'll bring you right back. Now we're cutting the husband's hair. Okay. Our chicken wings have cooled off. We're going to go ahead and put these in bags. So this was an 8-pound bag of raw chicken wings. We cooked them in boiling water to 140 degrees. And I'm going to put a combination of the two types of wings. We're going to start with 8 in a bag. So 4 is going to have 9, and 1's going to have 8. And I'll put these in the freezer, and as we want to eat them, we'll take one bag out of the freezer the night before we're ready to cook it. Then we'll put the sauce or spices on it. We'll either bake it in the oven or we'll put it in the air fryer. But at least we know we have wings ready to go for our next meal. The stock is still in the pot. Now we're going to let this cool off completely. And then we'll put it in the refrigerator overnight, skim off any fat that's on top, and we'll put this in Ziploc bags or in jars, whichever one you want. I'm going to do the Ziploc bag, and we'll put these in the freezer, and the next time we need to make chicken stock, we have a head start with our liquid. And the video that you've already seen, this is our Dijon mustard, still doing its soaking. It's been in here about 4 hours. And we're going to let it continue to sit in here until tomorrow. And when it's time for dinner, I'll bring you along and get started on some fettuccine Alfredo with chicken. Alright, now we're going to go ahead and cut up the boneless chicken thighs that we did together. I have a pot of water on the stove to come up to a boil so we can go ahead and cook our pasta. We're going to go ahead and start working on these chicken thighs. I'm just going to cut them up into little bitty chunks. So I have some garlic bread. I made this garlic bread and stuck it in the freezer when we had the lasagna with the homemade noodles. But I took this out of the freezer yesterday. I put some butter, some garlic powder, a little bit of Parmesan cheese. I'm covering it with parchment paper and then wrapping it up in aluminum foil. We're going to heat this up. Just like that. Alright, our noodles are ready to get strained. In the same pot, I'm going to add a tablespoon of olive oil. Tablespoon of butter. This is our chicken all cut up. Alright, now I'm just going to brown this, and then we'll start building our sauce. Let's go ahead and add some salt and pepper. Alright, chicken is done. We're going to go ahead and take that out so we can build our Alfredo sauce. Remove the fat from the pan. And it was about a half a cup. All we need is a couple tablespoons. So I'm going to put half of that back in here. We're going to go ahead and add our heavy cream. Remember, I've told you this many, many times. It is so thick. I'm going to turn that upside down just so we can drain all the good pieces out of it. I have 1 cup of some organic Parmesan cheese grated. This is the shelf stable. Add a little bit of pinch of salt. We don't need a lot of salt and pepper because we had some in here when we cooked the chicken. So our fat residue still has a little salt and pepper in it. And we're going to add a little bit of the Italian seasoning, 1 teaspoon. One cup of hand grated Parmesan cheese, the ones we get from Azure that's in the wedge going in. Go ahead and add our cooked chicken back in. I have the oven set for 350 degrees. I'm going to go ahead and put in a prepared garlic bread. Alright, let's taste this sauce and see if it needs any salt or pepper. Nope, it is perfect. Wow, that is so good. Once this thickens up a little bit, we'll go ahead and add our pasta. Now we're going to go ahead and add our cooked fettuccine. There you go, homemade fettuccine Alfredo with chicken. Now we're just going to go ahead and wait for the garlic bread. Garlic bread is done. I had it in the oven wrapped up for 10 minutes. Then I took the wrapping off of it, took the parchment paper off of it, and I broiled it for 2 minutes. I reserved a little bit of grated Parmesan cheese. Let's take a taste. Here's their fettuccine Alfredo with chicken. Ooh, that looks so good. We're going to add a little bit of Parmesan cheese right on the top. And a piece of garlic bread. Let me go ahead and make the husband a plate. I'll take it to him and then we'll come back and we'll do a taste. That's my plate. That's the husband's plate. Put Parmesan cheese on yours. You want to give you some? Yeah. Okay. Really good Alfredo sauce and our garlic bread. We know this is good. It is time to do the happy food dance. This is so good. I just want to say thank you for hanging out with me in the kitchen today. If you find any value in this video, go ahead and give that thumbs up. And while you're at it, go ahead and subscribe. We would love to have you part of the Grammy family. This is a kitchen where we make real meals using real ingredients. So if that's something you're interested in, you need to subscribe. We have videos coming out 3 times a week. Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday. So until next time, y'all have a blessed day. Bye, friends. So good. Okay, so this is the next day. I had put the chicken wing water, where we cooked the chicken wings yesterday, and stuck that in the refrigerator. And all I did was strain it. So I had a colander with some cheesecloth over a bowl, and then all I did was dump this through inside the bowl to strain all the bits and pieces. So we got our chicken wing water strained. We're going to go ahead and put them in some Ziploc bags. So to make it easier to pour, I'm going to use this 8-cup measuring cup. And like I said yesterday, this is just going to be a start to the next time we need to make chicken stock. Whenever I'm freezing liquids, I do like to double my bags. And this is 8 cups, which is a half a gallon. And I want to make each one of these bags a half a gallon. So that's going to be 8 cups of liquid. I'm going to try to get as much air bubbles as I possibly can out. Secure that seal. secure the second seal, and that is one. And I have about 3 cups of water left in here. I'm just going to put them in quart-sized bags, doing the same thing, double lining them. So each one of these bags has a half a gallon. So that gives me 1.5 gallons plus 3 cups. So almost 2 gallons of water. And we have 4 gallon-sized bags with vegetable scraps and chicken bone scraps. This is all backbones and wing ends. This is some backbones and some, looks like onion scraps in here. In here we have a roasted chicken with some vegetable scraps. And then this looks like it has roasted chicken and some vegetable scraps. So we got a nice head start for the next time we need to make chicken stock. So I'm going to put all of this back in the freezer. I'm going to put this in the freezer. And just to assure stability in the freezer, I'm going to put them in a glass casserole dish just so they can continue to lay flat. Alright, I'm going to go put this in the freezer, and then we're going to go ahead and get started on today. When you are cooking chicken wings or parboiling your chicken wings, do not throw away the chicken water. I don't know why I call it that, but that's just what I call it. It is not done because we only cook the chicken wings to 140 degrees and chicken needs to be cooked to 160 or higher. So we know our water is not done. But because we're going to throw all of the chicken bone scraps, the backbones that we have collected when we were cutting chicken, and all of our vegetable scraps in the pot with this chicken water to make a new batch of chicken stock, we can use this because it will continue to cook for hours on the stovetop while we're making our chicken stock. I suggest that you start saving your bone scraps, saving your vegetable scraps. Buy a whole chicken and save that backbone if you're cutting it up into fryer parts or roasting parts. If you're buying already cooked rotisserie chicken, save the bones. If you're making your own whole baked chicken at home, save those bones. If you're deboning your own chicken thighs, save those bones. The bones of the chicken water we made when we cooked our chicken wings, all of that with our vegetable scraps is free food. Today's economy, with the price of everything in the grocery store going up, we cannot afford to throw away free food. We cannot afford to pay someone else to do the things that we can do in our house, such as cut up a chicken, roast a chicken, parboil our own chicken wings to have chicken water. We need to learn the skills and the techniques of our grandparents. Bring back into our home, utilize these techniques in our kitchen to save money and to save time. And on a side note, you know those Parmesan cheese, whether you buy organic or the green label, doesn't matter. But the lid, you know how it flips up and then you have the holy side, or you flip it up and you have the scoop side. Don't throw these away. They actually fit standard mouth or regular mouth mason jars. This is great if you are stocking up on spices or herbs that you use a lot, because you can sprinkle a little out or go in there with your measuring spoon and get what you need. Don't throw these away. These are valuable for us preppers and homesteaders. These are great. Put all your herbs and spices in mason jars and reuse the Parmesan cheese lid. It's perfect. That's just a side note.